All right, it's 7 o'clock, March 12th, 2024, and I'd like to call the Lake Mills, Town of Lake Mills, public hearing to order on the Lake Mills 2024-2034 Comprehensive Plan. Notice was posted at the Town Hall and the town's website. Presentation of the proposed Town of Lake Mills 2024 Comprehensive Plan. The public is invited to attend said hearing and offer comment on draft version 2 of the Comprehensive Plan.
So Matt Miller is here who worked on the plan for us, and he'll just do a quick summary of what was done.
Evening, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Robin. As a reference, my name is Matt Miller. I'm a planner with Veer Bicker out of their Madison office. Since early in fall, we've been working on the update to the Town of Lake Mills Comprehensive Plan. Simply put, why have a comprehensive plan? It stems from a requirement in Wisconsin statute that says every 10 years a municipality will update a comprehensive plan covering 9 key elements, ranging from transportation and land use to agricultural and natural resources. As part of this effort, kind of the pathway that we had with the town working alongside Robin was we developed a public participation plan that was chatted about before a plan commission meeting in October. It was approved by town board. What that basically outlined was a public engagement event in the middle of November that we hosted here at Town Hall. Had around 1 dozen folks present, all ranges in terms of ages, participating, saying what they see, what are some concerns, ranging from transportation to land use to even internet access for folks who are residents of the town that we were able to have good conversations on. We prepared draft version 1 of the plan between the holidays, Thanksgiving into the Christmas season. Sent that Robin's way at the tail end of calendar year 2023. Plan Commission, January 2024, was able to review the plan, have comments. We incorporated that feedback from the Plan Commission as well as town residents to make a draft version 2. That draft version 2 was looked at by Plan Commission members at their February meeting. And in that meeting, they recommended via resolution to the town board the adoption of the plan, which is the game plan for tonight, adopting the plan. Just 1 or 2 things. There were key takeaways from the public survey. Rural and peaceful were how many people described the town, how they wish the town to remain. And kind of with that vein of thought, the opportunity, obviously, not just to have collaboration with adjacent municipalities or continue the strong relationship you have with Jefferson County with regards to land use and other control measures, such as with your zoning. But an opportunity of seeing maybe some things on the horizon that hopefully this plan kind of opens the door to where you can say, okay, we've made reference to it. We have made reference to it, and or it's kind of on the radar for us. So if things do pop up in the future, we can better be able to handle these and respond to these as a municipality. With that, I don't have any further comments unless there's clarification or questions from folks in the audience or members of the board.
I'm good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your efforts. All right, it's going to be the first call for public comments on the proposed 2024-2034 comprehensive plan. First call, anybody for public comment? Okay, second call for anyone that wants public comment on the proposed 2024-2034 comprehensive plan. All right, third call for any public comments on the proposed 2024-2034 comprehensive plan.
Make a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries to adjourn the public hearing at 7:04 p.m. All right, 7:04 p.m. March 12th, 2024, and I'd like to call the Town of Lake Mills monthly town board meeting to order. Notice is posted at the town hall and the town's website. Can we get a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
Make a motion to adopt the agenda as printed.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Can we get a motion to approve February 13th, 2024 public hearing minutes?
I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Can we get a motion to approve the February 13th, 2024 Town of Lake Mills Town Board meeting minutes?
We'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, can we get a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
We'll make a motion to approve treasurer's report.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Can we get a motion to approve the town board expense sheets?
I'll make a motion to approve March disbursements of $190,000.
Expense sheets.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Expense.
That's on here too.
Yep. Which one? Oh,
Province.
Yep.
and then Sharon's got a question about the CD interest as well.
I'll make a motion to approve the expense sheet for Robin.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
So Sharon, explain the CD.
Well, it's due on March 22nd, and you can look at the rates there and decide the length you want me to redo it for.
We got a 9-month and a 14-month. That's almost 5%, a little under 5, right? I don't know if you want to do 9 months.
Yeah.
That gets us to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Keep the money rather than tie it up for 14, just in case budget time comes.
Right.
Yeah.
Need it, yep.
So I'm good with that. I make a motion that we go for the 9-month CD at 4.88%.
Second.
Any other discussion?
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, now can we get a motion for general fund voucher disbursements?
Make a motion to approve $190,163.82 for March disbursements.
Second that motion.
Any other discussion on these?
82, right?
Okay.
You said 82, right, cents?
Yes, 82 cents.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Reports, police report. Chief Silk.
All right, so for February, Ryan did some patrol, 8 hours. He made 3 traffic stops with 1 written warning, 4 citations, ran radar for an hour, did 2 residence checks and 2 park checks. I had about 30 hours of administrative time. Some of that was spent on the process of hiring another officer for the summer. Experienced in boat patrol, has 2 years of previous experience in boat patrol. So looking forward to getting him on board. I got the rest of the items down to All-American Auctions, the small stuff, so that, I don't know if that was in last week's auction or if that'll be coming up, but, and then the pictures of the jet ski lift have been sent off to the Wisconsin Surplus Auction, so should be in one of their upcoming auctions soon. I think it's on the agenda a little bit later, but I am looking for an update on the officer-involved shooting thing. Last notice I got was a email from the attorney who had gotten the first version, not the second version, and wanted to kick it back to the town to make sure that we were on the same page with that. I have not heard anything since then.
We do have another response yet from him.
Okay.
Yep.
You do? Okay. And then I had previously mentioned law enforcement powers for a civilian employee, which is something like the city does, Fort Atkinson does. They have what some places would call like a meter maid or somebody where you have a person who's not a police officer, not a sworn law enforcement officer, has the authority to issue parking citations. As you may or may not know, Officer Bob Delaney, former chief here, just had his 86th birthday. He is the oldest police officer in the state of Wisconsin and one of the oldest in the country. I will not be able to find out if he is the oldest in the country, but I still think that's pretty cool. But he is going to be stepping back his responsibilities and not recertifying as a sworn law enforcement officer. So kind of around the July 1st area, he'll be done there. But he would like to stay on and continue to do the parking enforcement on the boat launches. He, due to some issues, we have a new guy, Randy Hillbling, who will be handling municipal court. I've worked with the chief with the city of Lake Mills, and we are going to go to 1 court date a month. It was 2 court dates a month, and the town of Lake Mills covered all of them, so it was 24 court dates a year. We're going to go to 1 a month, and we're splitting it with the city, so we're going down to 6 that we need instead of 24.
Oh, that's good.
So there'll be some savings there for us and some
Good.
time. I'm also looking for an update on the launch clips. Have those been ordered yet, Robin?
Yeah, we're just waiting for them.
Excellent. And then finally, is my notice that I'll be resigning as police chief at a later time, giving you guys the opportunity to find a replacement for me and not leaving a void there for you, and to assist in any way I can with the locating and hiring of said person and helping them in their first few days of stepping into the office. However, there is a time limitation on that, so I won't be waiting out the summer to do that. I'm hoping that we can get this position filled by the middle of May. So that's ultimately what my goal is. And again, I'll work with you as best I can to help get that up to speed. I'm just finishing up the last couple of policies that I wanted to make sure they're updated. They're mandatory policies required by the state of Wisconsin. 11 specifically, they will all be up to date. One of them actually has to be certified, and I've taken care of that. We're getting rid of all the old property, and by this time next week, I believe the evidence will be cleaned out up until like the most recent arrest, and a few other things that we've got up to speed. So whoever comes in should have a little bit
Breathing space.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you want us to use the posting that we have used for the position, or do you want to review that and do any updates to it?
If you'd like to email it to me, I can take a peek at it, but they're usually pretty boilerplate. And I assume you just update the pay rate. But, you know, I think if there are some expectations that the board wants to change for next time, I mean,
I think it's pretty good where it was. Yeah.
and I have been kind of putting the word out, and there might be some interest with some experienced people.
Good.
Administration and even potentially police chief level experience.
Good. Excellent. Thanks, Chief Silk. Plan Commission report. Jim. Yep, that's it.
The 2 variances for Tom Crecci were approved with conditions. We can go over those conditions when it comes up later on in the meeting. The building placement for Jen Lee out on London Road, they didn't show up, so that was tabled. And then it was Steve Ziegloff's last meeting, so he's done. He won't be around for April's meeting. So we had a little cupcakes and water after that meeting. Celebrated his 10 years.
10 years.
Tight budget, huh? 10 years he was on the plan commission. That's it.
All right, thanks, Jim. Cambridge Fire and EMS report, Dave.
Nothing to report. We do have a meeting coming up on the 20th, so.
That is gonna happen now?
Is that a regular meeting or a regular scheduled meeting?
You know, I really don't know for sure if it's gonna be the special meeting or if it's gonna be the regular, the second quarter meeting. But yeah, I just got an email from our attorney, the commission's attorney, that everybody gave their thumbs up for the 20th, so.
Is there a time on that?
Not yet. I'm assuming it's gonna be 6 or 6:30, so.
Should I watch for an email from Mark on that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, because the commission attorney wants to be able to view the agenda before it's sent out also. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
Got it.
that. Okay, thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Joint Rock Lake Committee report, no report, according to Wendy. Town Chairman report, City, County, State Communications. We did have a meeting, work session with the city for fire, some of the joint roads, maintenance on those, some of the joint committees, commissions, the lake launches, lake issues, and the sanitary sewer, utilities, and yard waste services, and all that went fairly well, I thought.
Yeah, I did too.
Yep, so that was all good. As long as I'm on that, we have the fire chief from Lake Mills here. Do you have anything to add? I can do it right now, I guess.
Not really. My apologies for sending over the report a little bit late. My first week was a little bit hectic. But basically, it was kind of a review of what we had talked about the night that we had our meeting. So other than that, if there's any questions for me.
Any thoughts on fire danger with the dry conditions?
Yeah.
And
obviously
burn
we've had-
bans?
Burn bans, the DNR really doesn't have anything out there yet. But what it is right now is it's just a matter of, obviously, we've had quite a bit of rain. Maybe not as much as what some people may want. But even though with the rain, that top layer dries off real quick, hasn't greened up yet. There's a lot of greening that's starting to happen, but that top layer will tinder real quickly. So when it gets going, it spreads. This time of year, we're known for having warmer weather and then some high winds with it. So that adds to the extent that they normally get to. So.
All right, thanks. Road report. Corey's still working on the Rock Lake Road thing. It's supposed to go for bid here this month, so they're closing in on that. And then the North End Pier Engineering, we have a meeting tomorrow afternoon, with the county, with Matt Zangel and Kevin from Parks and Patricia from Land and Water, to take a look at the site. And one of the recommendations Corey had was potentially to take a little bit of the park space to improve that turn radius, to improve safety. So I wanted to get the whole group down there, and that's the day it fell on. So unfortunately, it didn't happen before the meeting, but that's where we're on that. Potholing, Matt said, and I just talked to him right before the meeting. He did another 3 hours on Saturday. If he says we see anything else, to let him know, but he was pretty much said he had been around everything. So, which is way ahead of normal, which is good.
Did you want to talk a little bit about
Rock Lake Road closure in Newville.
Yeah, Rock Lake Road and Newville Road, obviously there's gonna be a closure on that, for,
It is already.
yeah,
I
for the
think
two.
And
yeah.
just so people know, we didn't get that much advance.
No,
notice on
we
this.
didn't, no, we basically got an email, and the email happened before the even pre-con meeting, so, which was a little bit unfortunate, I think, for everybody. But yeah, it's closed to redo the overpass bridges. So obviously, I think, and I know you were on that pre-con call, so obviously some of the emergencies been in contact too, but it really should be, the leaders are the state on this, so it's got to kind of trickle down from them from here on out.
And that's through September, is the anticipation.
Yep, through Labor Day, yep. Yeah, and then, of course, depending on when we do our part of the road, whether that happens in fall or spring or whatever, but, yeah, expect definitely some issues in those areas of the town.
Tom, if I may.
Yep.
One of the things for the residents that live up in that area, I've talked with Chief Benish from Town of Waterloo, from City of Waterloo Fire. They are going to provide an engine on anything that's a grass fire or structure fire related. So that way, if there is a delay for us to get out that direction, we're really going to try not to use North Shore Road, the best ever, North Shore Road, because it is kind of a little bit more of a crooked path to get through there, going up Woodland and coming back down. We're taking their word that they're going to have it open for emergency traffic is where we're going with it, but I am keeping in place for that side for protection with Waterloo with an engine.
Yeah.
So-
Good thinking.
Great plan, yeah. Thank you. And I have not heard anything back on a grant from Mud Lake Road, so, that don't know about. And that's pretty much it. Parks Committee, we didn't meet. Tom,
We do have a request for some legal assistance. If you guys consider getting if the referendum question does pass, we need to be prepared with questions that are the next steps. So we were going to request the town board consider that. We get the help from our attorney to make sure those are written correctly and ready to go if we need them.
okay,
Is that now?
Yeah, I put it under this,
So
so
you
we
need
didn't lose it.
you need a motion.
Correct.
That's GI, amendment, discussion and decision. Yeah. I make a motion that you allow the plan commission to do the investigative research onto, or have the attorney do that for the, if the referendum passes for the building of new town hall.
Second.
any other discussion? All in
And that's
favor?
for town facilities, not town plan, right?
Facilities.
Okay.
Did I say plan?
Yeah, you said plan commission.
Okay, facilities.
Amended the
Told you
facility
I'm getting old.
committee. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Didn't you just have a birthday? Dennis says that.
It's coming up.
It's coming. Is there any other report from town?
We do have just kind of a presentation of the information, once again, that's been presented before for people to come see it on this Thursday evening here at the town hall, starting at 6 o'clock. Just to recap what the project is, going into the referendum question, is just for information purposes only.
Okey-dokey. Excellent. Thanks, Robin. All right, period of public comment. Now's the time for general public. If they want to speak on a subject, please come to the podium, state your name, address, and please keep comments to 3 minutes or less. Any public comment tonight? Going once, going twice? All right. Applications, discussion or decision of variance request for Tom Krigi for a detached garage without a principal structure and place a reduced road setback on parcel 018-0713-113-019. Site is along Shore Acres Road. That's A.
Like I said, the Plan Commission recommended approval of this variance to allow we haven't done this in the past, so we were concerned about setting a precedent for building a building before principal structure was built in the town. That's why we put a couple conditions on it. And one of those is that, this I'll read. Well, one of them was because of the steep slopes. It's really not a very good site to build a house on anyway. And Tom's property on the lakeside is connected to the property on the other side of the road, right? Same, yeah. Well, you own it.
I own it.
And you bought,
Yeah.
yeah, you own it. So there are some existing concrete retaining walls on that side, which Tom's going to use for building his garage on the couple walls of the garage.
Two of the walls, that was not the plan, those retaining walls were just put there so I could have a
Right.
parking space and not have the hill as a problem. And this all came up since the boundary agreement with the city was going.
I heard about that.
Well, I heard about it.
Been a long wait for you.
Pardon me?
Says it's been a long wait for you.
Yeah.
So he's going to use those two walls, so he's not going to move those, therefore requiring the reduced setback, because you can't get back far enough. And also the slope of the hill.
Yeah, Schweiger did the construction for me, and that's about as far back as they were willing to go, and not guaranteed, but be pretty confident the wall would stay standing just because the material behind it.
So the main condition that the Plan Commission put on was that Tom sign a affidavit stating that there would be no residence built on that property, and then that would be recorded on the deed. You did agree to that?
Yes, I did. And the other of that, I wouldn't sell that property separately from the house.
From the house, yeah.
Because you own other property on that same side of the road, correct?
Yeah, I mean, those were two separate lots,
Okay,
and the second one came up for sale several years ago. I bought it, and then subsequently I had Mr. Guerrero go to Jefferson County and have them combined, and they were excited about that because they were both substandard, so they
Right,
separated
okay.
together, they actually have a lot.
okay.
I don't have any other questions.
So I'll make the first motion to approve the variance for a reduced setback of a garage due to the existing concrete retaining walls and excessive slopes, which presents compliance with the with non-compliance of the required setbacks.
Second?
Any other discussion?
Does that include any conditions that you need to tack on that?
Not that one, I'm gonna
Not
make
that
another
one.
motion.
Okay.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
Second motion is to approve the variance to build a detached garage without a primary structure with the condition that the owner agreed to sign an affidavit or record on the deed that a residential building cannot be built on the lot because of excessive slopes.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries.
That helps.
All right. Discussion and decision operator's license for Austin Klentz at the Lake Mills Truck Plaza.
I believe we got the copy that has mixed notes down at the very bottom of it. To get the background check, we do have the certificate on hand.
What's,
For
for previous OAR, what's OAR?
Operating after revocation.
Oh, okay. Well, he's filled out the form properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So,
Yeah.
He's so young.
I'll make a motion to approve the operator's license for Austin J. Klintz. Klintz, K-L-E-N-T-Z.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Old business, discussion or decision of boat launch condition and possible bid for renovations, repair. I discussed that earlier, that we'll be meeting tomorrow. We'll take a look at that. Corey's mission is to get that done, get that grant essentially submitted by June 1st. So that's all I have on that. And then that's going to lead into B here. Discussion or decision resolution approving applying for a grant for the North End Launch Project. And I got to read that, right?
Yep.
Resolution number 2024-0-0312, resolution requesting financial assistance from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources and authorizing participation in the recreational boating facilities program. Whereas the town of Lake Mills hereby requests assistance from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources for the purpose of approving the boat launch at Lower Rock Lake Park. Therefore, it be resolved that the town of Lake Mills has budgeted a sum sufficient to complete the study or project, and be it further resolved that the town of Lake Mills Board hereby authorizes the town engineer to act on behalf of the municipality to submit an application to the Department of Natural Resources for financial assistance, 2, sign documents, 3, take necessary action to undertake, direct, and complete the approved project. Be it further resolved that the town of Lake Mills will comply with the state and federal rules for the programs and may perform force account work, will maintain the completed project in an attractive, inviting, and safe manner, will keep the facilities open to the general public during reasonable hours consistent with the type of facility, and will obtain approval from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources before any changes made in the use of the project site. Adopted this 12th day of March 2024.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 2024-0312.
Second that motion?
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. C, discussion and or decision on proposed policy for compensation of part-time police officers involved in a critical incident while on duty. All right, we got our attorney's feedback.
At first blush, I thought it was pretty good. I just read it now, but I mean, like a little bit of time to consider it, but I thought it really was well worded.
And this is specific for critical incidents, like something major happens while they're working for the town. Like
Yeah, so it'd be potentially a shootout or a high-speed pursuit that goes south, where they're just not going to be allowed to work until an investigation is completed.
So on item 2E, it's the cap. Kind of put it together that this would be a grant fund provided pursuant to the policy is capped at, and they left that open for us to fill in. My question to you, Nick, would be, the grant would be a cap for the year. Like if you had 2 incidents, it would, and the first incident used, let's say, $10,000. There's no money left in for if there's another one that same year.
I see what you're saying.
That's what the way this is written.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would be, yeah, it
It
would
would
be tough
be-
because you got a budget for it too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah, how do
problem.
you budget for something like that?
That's, yeah.
And
I mean, you have to.
That's the
cap
only
it
thing I
because
noticed, yep.
You'll break the town otherwise. I mean, that's the unfortunate part, but.
And
Yeah,
if
I
there's
think-
2 officers, then it's split, you know, if they used it, it would be 5,000 each, done, and they're done, so.
The one could happen at the beginning of the year, and the other one could happen at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what
Just
you're
pointing
saying.
that out to you, that that's the way this is written.
That's the way it's written. But I think it has to be written that way.
Okay.
I mean, I don't, how, because otherwise we'd have to pull all, now you're talking 20,000 out of the
Yeah,
budget.
right.
I mean, you have to account for all that, you know, over the course of a year. Makes it very tricky.
Well, I just gave you 10,000 as an example.
Well, that's what he used.
Yeah, I know, he recommended that, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to us to decide. Could be less, could be more. So like you say, we don't.
Yeah, and
have
I don't-
that kind of money.
Jim, I don't see the wording that says per year or anything like that. I think it's it says any critical incident, I assume that to be one singular incident, so the cap is $10,000 per officer per incident.
Maybe we would update the wording on that, so it's
Yeah,
clear.
I think it'd have to be updated, because,
You know, what is the intent of the wording to be there than one, to cap it per officer per year?
yeah, because he's got
read
regardless of
that.
the number of persons.
Yeah. It says, the grant.
Oh, it's regardless of
Yeah.
number of persons, so yeah, if you put
Yeah.
10,000, it's 10,000, when 10,000
Right,
is
and
gone,
then on
it's gone.
the compensation lost during the suspensions in the event multiple officers file application pursuant to this policy and insufficient funds are available within this cap to pay all eligible officers, the town board shall determine the method of allocating grant funds case by case. So it's basically, that says it's capped for the
Yeah.
year.
All right.
I mean, if there's only 10,000 and there's 2 or 3 incidents, it's still 10,000. And then the town board decides
And, yeah, basis,
Yeah, the base.
basis of case by
So
case.
it's not, the way I read it is, it's not 10,000 per incident.
Where did you, how did you derive that number, the $1,000 per 10 weeks?
It was just $1,000 a week for 10 weeks, so, I mean, it's
Is
just kind of.
that a formula you see in other places, or is
I
it?
think and I'm not 100% sure, but I think the one that I stole this from, that was the number that was used there. Do you remember, was that
Yeah, I think
what it was?
that's what I recall too.
And it seems like that for a current police officer's salary and wages, that's probably still on the low end. They're still gonna take a little bit of a hit if they're a full-time cop somewhere, especially some of the raises that have gone out in the last couple years. So it's just something to help keep them afloat, because obviously they were doing something for our township that caused them to lose their wages for that period of time. And as you see in there too, he made a notation that in his experience, he has not seen officers suspended without pay. So I took that to imply that he believes that their agency or wherever they work for will continue to compensate them, so that we wouldn't have to. And I'm gonna just make a phone call tomorrow or in the next week, I would say, for sure, and get a feel for that from other agencies. And I'm not sure that that's accurate, but it's interesting statement to see if they would pay someone to not come to work for something they did somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
That seems odd, yeah.
But he says it's the other way around. He says he thinks that they will. He hasn't seen people suspended without pay. So, I just don't know. I don't know the answer to that one.
So you want us to table this next meeting and then?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that you guys can throw out right now is a feeling one way or the other, whether or not you feel it's per incident. So, if it's one incident, it's a $10,000 cap, then it's $5,000 a piece, and then if that means you're setting aside in your minds, and maybe not necessarily in an account, but $10,000 that, once it's gone, so don't shoot somebody for the rest of the year kind of situation. So I think those things have to be decided upon so that the proper corrections can go back to, is it Eric Larson that wrote this? Yeah. So,
Well, I think it states in here though that we can take it base by base,
Right.
once it passes the cap or whatever, so,
Yeah, you can.
yeah, so.
Yeah.
We'd have to make decisions of where that money's gonna come from if
Right.
we are paid. Yeah.
Right.
and this is, an extreme circumstance. I mean, if you look at hours of work per officer leading up to a critical incident, I mean, it's in the multi-thousands, and we don't put in hours like that. But, they just had shooting in Watertown, an officer-involved shooting in Watertown this last summer. And if you go back over the last few years, I would say there's probably been 5 in Jefferson County, and I would say the last 6 to 7 years. So it's not impossible, but it's a rare bird, and to get 2 in a year would be incredible. And then the other thing is how often are we going to have 2 officers on duty at the same time doing something? I've told the guys that on boat patrol they can double up if there's 2 guys that want to work, because it's really hard to hold on to a boat and do an inspection and fill out paperwork, and keep an eye on the people. So it's nice to have that second person there to keep the stabilization, keep their eyes out. So it's not impossible. That's what I'm saying.
Well, Robin, do you think it'd be worth a call to our insurance company to see if we have any protection?
I did
in
send
this?
it to them just to get some feedback on it, and it's basically, this is just our choice on it.
Our policy, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have something that you could take out?
I don't know if it'd be workers' comp or,
She referred us to the attorney.
Yeah.
Oh.
It really was kind of just going in a circle. That's what
Wash your
as long
hands
as I was hoping.
Workers'
for.
comp, I think workers' comp would be more if the officer sustained an injury in that circumstance, so.
Yeah. This is very defined as a critical incident.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and this is one of those things that I've used, and, you know, as you can see, we've got a bunch of new people that have come on board because of, you know, the fact that we have raised their wages. One was very specific with me, that he left where he was at to come here because of the wages. And then this kind of thing shows them that, you know, we have their back.
The safety net.
If something
Yeah, I
really
agree with that.
seriously happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's working to our advantage. It's gonna be a rare bird, but,
Is it something that, for a budgeting standpoint, that we build up a reserve fund over time so that we have the funds set aside more permanently if we consider this? For an incident?
yeah, I would say that's a board level decision, and, you know, I think it'd be tough for you guys to sit through with 10 grand just sitting out there, you know, for X amount of time. But then it also might be tough in December, you know, to come up with that money at the same time. So that's a fiduciary decision at the board level, I believe.
You always have the police budget to go to too.
Do you know of any place that's had to use this policy?
I'm not aware of anybody that's utilized it. Again, we got our version from Johnson Creek. I'm not sure where they got it from. As far as I know, Johnson Creek hasn't used it, but there have been 2 shootings in jurisdiction, just not them
Right.
doing it. Maybe 3, actually.
Rather in that
Stuff
corridor,
could increase too, with everything going
Absolutely.
on too, so.
which we are in the corridor too, along that before.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And I, you know, I can't thank you guys enough for even considering this. I mean, this is important to the staff.
Oh, I think it's the right thing.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's getting so difficult to find officers. I think that any little thing that you can throw out there that's got their back helps tremendously. So I think if you go back, get your little bit of information, I think we're close. We're close here, probably next meeting.
But he wants a number. You want to go with 10,000 for now? So he's got,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
It's reasonable.
10 weeks.
Yeah, it's $1,000 a week for 10 weeks. I'm sure that would still be at a loss, you know, from what they're full-time. But
What's their normal investigation? I believe that community was, what, usually about 30 days?
yeah, it really can be all over the board. Some are just cut and dry. You know, there's a shootout with a person, you know, committed suicide, and that surfaces pretty quick. But, you know, if you're looking at like a Kennedy shooting where it's different angle and that angle and that sort of stuff, where they really got a lot of stuff to figure out, it can take longer. I really hate to try to put a number on it for you.
You know, only covers officers that are working for us as well as another agency, not just the part-time guys who are retired, not doing anything else.
No, this was meant to cover anybody, so half of our staff is not current law enforcement. Randy, who's taken over court, Randy H., he is retired. And I think I put in there, and I guess I didn't see a lot of mention of that, is like, for Randy, he doesn't have another employer right now. So I wouldn't see him getting a payout at all. But if let's say he picked up a part-time job and he was gonna lose $400 a week, I would like to see it up to $400 a week, not just automatically to the max. So it's whatever, and I saw there was a mention in here,
Yeah, I saw
proof of employment for less, so maybe that's where that's coming from. But so I don't think we need to go straight to the max. It's to replace lost wages.
Yeah.
And up to 1,000. So not necessarily guaranteed, here's your 1,000 every week. Yeah, and I want to say, you got Bob, Brian, Randy, myself. Not Dave. Jason. So that's half your department right there that are not full-time law enforcement somewhere else.
We have Dave, that is, and Kevin, Ryan, so 3 that are.
And then the newest guy I'm in the process of working on, Randy Burns, Dave Warner. Yeah, actually Ron Smith would fall in the not full-time category as well.
Okay.
So it's 6 and 3 or 6 and 4. So in fact, we have more, and Bob,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Make a motion to table this to the next meeting.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, discussion or decision of culvert and bridge inventory. They say we have the county do our culvert and bridge inventory. Get a motion for that.
I make a motion that we have Jefferson County Highway Department to do our culvert and bridge inventory.
I would second that motion.
Any other discussion? Do we include the inspection or no, with that inventory or no?
I
Just
think they do,
inventory for-
they
Are
will
they
do
gonna
the
do it?
inventory anyways,
Yeah,
so.
Well, first, did you talk to Brian, or is they gonna do the
the
inspection?
inventory. Well, that's the goal, yeah.
Well, we always got-
That's
we
what
got
the
a
state
year.
right now, yeah. Yeah, I mean, their goal is not, to get that done in 25, it's the inventory this year, so.
right.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, do you want this one? I gotta sign this.
Did you
one.
sign it? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you mark which one we're doing? Good.
I think so.
thank
Just
you.
double check it. Discussion or decision on adoption of amendments to town ordinance 5-4 subdivisions.
I think it's all finally corrected.
Third time's a charm.
I make a motion to approve the amended ordinance 5-4.
Second.
Any other discussion on it? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. New business, discuss your decision of new landscaping borders at Phil Parks around playground equipment. I had him update this quote to ties. He said the pea gravel's fine in there, nothing needs to be replaced on the inside.
Yeah,
It sounds like.
should have been done a couple of years ago, actually.
I make a motion to have Cutting Edge do the Phillips Park.
Second.
Any other discussion?
What I was wondering is, I know it's gonna change the difference in the price, but, with all the nails and all that hanging out and the length of the pressure treating timbers, do you think you guys should go to composite? I imagine it just can't be nailed together, but I don't know. I guess it'll last a while, so I'm okay with this, but.
It'll last, that other thing they had in
Probably
there.
last the remaining portion of the life of the actual playground.
The park, yeah,
itself.
Yeah.
yeah, before that stuff starts wearing out, and then it all has to be redone again.
Looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Discussion or decision of possible mill and overlay of Lake Lane. Well, Brian didn't get back to me, or maybe he did. Let me see. So might not be able to have any answers on this. Oh, okay. Here we go. So, yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but
Nope.
all right, well, the plow kind of took off some of the top by Short Hills Road there, and then there's a big indentation about 8 feet long by, I don't know, like that, near the top of the hill, where it sunk down a couple inches. Then the road itself isn't in stellar shape. Brian doesn't think that there's much, he doesn't know how much asphalt's even there. He said it might be 2 inches thick. He said he doesn't know, so pulverize is probably out. He said to pave the bottom, and that's the bottom, this is what's not paved. The bottom is not paved right now, that's gravel. He said 15,000. Mill and paved middle, which would be from the bottom of the hill to where the flat starts, how it is now, would be 10,000, and to reconstruct the top would be 15. So it'd be 25 if nothing was done on the bottom.
You're talking the bottom, right, where the boat.
That's the big thing with the
Parking.
parking stalls and all that. Yeah, and that's always been, it's always been.
Oh, it's all gravel.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I suggested down there would be nice to have, and he said he could maybe do it with just crushed and pack it, would be to have an ADA spot down there. close to a pier, but they could always pave a little spot for that too.
I was just gonna say, I think Northwest Landscaping or road work came in the last time, maybe 5 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, and they dug the whole thing up down by the boat landing. You know, they went way down deep, and they packed it and everything, if I'm making sense, and I'll tell you, it really did do me good. I mean, it didn't hold up.
I think I saw a bill for that, and that was a pretty good chunk of money for them doing that too.
And that was just
They were there for days,
Yeah.
and I talked to the guys,
just to pack the bottom, with the limestone or whatever else is down there at the bottom. Oh, is that on the sides you're talking, or is that on the,
by the boat landing, all the way, that whole area there.
yeah,
They dug up that whole area.
oh, they dug up the whole area?
They dug it up. It was a major project, they were there for a while.
Oh, boy.
And they talked about how they were compressing it and packing it, and, so, just an observation.
Well, how do you like the big hole at the top of the road now? You
Yeah.
gonna lose your car in there?
Yeah. Yeah, not good. Would the mill worker, everything stay, basically, would the road stay the same width that it is now?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have challenges to begin with because of the narrow road and with the driveways, because the driveways aren't
Right,
to spec or whatever, they're all over the board.
but basically it'll be the
that's-
same area that it is now, just refreshed.
Yeah, mill and overlay would be just grind and over the top with new asphalt. The top would be a total reconstruct, because that's a mess up there. And obviously, there's not good base based on what I saw at the top of the hill there,
Right.
with where it sunk. Something's not right
I don't
there.
know how long ago that was done, but anyway, long time ago.
And they want to re-engineer that a little bit, so it makes it safer too.
Yeah, it's not good right now at all.
Yeah, right-hand turn out of there is not
Yeah.
good, and maybe we end up only going to a left-hand turn out of that deal, but, when it's done, but.
Boats sometimes get scraped at the top.
Yeah, and it's tough for a plow, it's tough for anything, the way that's designed right now, but, it's up for discussion, I guess.
This is the only road work we're doing this year then? Or-
That's-
We have a big budget.
No, it got dwindled pretty fast.
So what are you talking, just the pavement? I didn't get all your.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
talking
Skip
40,000
the boat
or
launch,
35,000?
Yeah, the bottom was,
25,000.
the boat launch area was 15, and the rest was 25.
Oh, 25 for all the blacktop.
The
Yeah,
middle section was 10,000 is what I have, and then the top
it's 15.
is 15. Does that include a re-engineer
That's a reconstruct,
or reconstruct?
yeah. So the middle is to pave the middle, which is a mill, mill and
And
overlay.
this is to have the county do this.
That's to have the county do it, yeah. Which I would recommend having them do that, because they,
Yeah, they have the milling machine they got in on Shore Acres Road.
well, and Brian's an
It's gonna be
engineer.
the same tight situation.
It'll get done right.
Yeah.
I would say, so I think it has to be done, something has to be done, and I hate to spend $10,000 plugging that hole with asphalt, not, and then have the plow take off the rest of it up on top next winter. So, I know we got crack filling and everything else to do too, but at the end of the day, when the road goes, it goes.
Make a motion to have the county do the work on Lake Lane for $25,000 estimate.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Discussion or decision on the adoption of the 2024-2034 comprehensive plan by ordinance.
Can I go back to the road for a second? Do you have an idea when they may be working on that?
He's putting all his projects together right now, so
Okay.
I don't
Will
know.
he let us know so we can let the
Yeah.
residents know? Okay.
Yeah, they're good about that. I mean, Brian's good about that. He's probably gonna spend some time down there too, so probably see him running around.
Sorry.
Do you have the resolution
Yep.
or the ordinance?
The ordinance. It's basically what was sent to you, but I updated the number because the ordinance number is 5-20, which will replace the old version of this from the last comprehensive plan that we adopted. We updated the name of
These
the
are all the same
comprehensive.
here.
Yeah, updated the comprehensive plan name from the 2024 to 2034 instead of, it had 44 before. And then we included the resolution number that the plan commission had passed and the date for that, in the vote on that.
Okay. Ordinance number 5-20, an ordinance to adopt the comprehensive plan of the town of Lake Mills, Jefferson County, Wisconsin. The town board of the town of Lake Mills, Jefferson County, Wisconsin, do ordain as follows. Whereas pursuant to Wisconsin statute 62.23, parentheses 2 and parentheses 3, the town of Lake Mills is authorized to prepare and adopt a comprehensive plan as defined in Wisconsin statute 66.1001, parentheses 1A, and 66.1001, parentheses 2. And whereas the Town Plan Commission fostered public participation in every stage of preparing the comprehensive plan as required by Wisconsin statute 66.1001, parentheses 4A. And whereas on February 6, 2024, the Town of Lake Mills Plan Commission by 5-0 vote, the Plan Commission adopted resolution number 2024-0206, recommending to the town board the adoption of a comprehensive plan containing all the elements specified in Wisconsin statute 66.1001, parentheses 2. And whereas on March 12, 2024, the town held a public hearing on the draft comprehensive plan and its ordinance in compliance with the requirements of Wisconsin statute 66.001, parentheses 4D. Now, therefore, be resolved that the town board of the town of Lake Mills, Jefferson County, Wisconsin, does by enactment of this ordinance formally adopt the document titled Town of Lake Mills 2024-2034 Comprehensive Plan pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 66.1001, parentheses 4C. Now, therefore, be it further resolved that this ordinance shall take effect upon passage by a majority vote of the members of the town board and publication as required by law. Adopted by the town of Lake Mills, Jefferson County, Wisconsin, this 12th day of March, 2024.
I make a motion to approve ordinance and replace it with the old one, ordinance 5-20 as read.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries to approve the comprehensive plan. Discussion or decision of the 2024-25 road salt contract with the DOT.
We haven't seen anything additional come through, but maybe we want to consider a motion and have it where Tom is allowed to.
I basically get the
complete that.
form and I take it over to Jason and he takes care of it.
Right.
That's
So
basically how it works. It's like a messenger.
Hung up by us.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to allow Tom to enter into the state road salt contract.
Second that motion.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Correspondence?
I was just gonna mention that we had gotten the notice for the highway, or Interstate 94 bridges and the roads to be closed. That was the one I had, which you already mentioned earlier, so.
I'll pass it to Robert.
There's some kind of meeting coming up March 22nd, right? On, what was that? Anita Myers. Martin.
New Martin, about the pipeline, is that the one?
She sent it this afternoon. So.
Oh, I missed anything.
I haven't gotten set.
I'm not gonna be around, so.
Emails. I'll have to look at it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I actually did. Yeah, there's
Waterloo workshop, economic development extension, broadband. It's on broadband.
Yeah, broadband.
The B, what is it? The federal program where there's $1 billion the state of Wisconsin got to provide broadband to all this state. So they'll be working in our area. I forget what the initials are, BEAT or something.
All right. Just anything else?
Nope.
Discussion of future agenda items?
Road tour. We gonna kind of do it individually and put our notes together? Are we gonna go out sometime in April?
I think the biggest thing is knowing, like, if there's more signs to be replaced, which there's already.
I think
Matt
I'd do it individually because we did it last fall. And Matt's already got it, everything pretty much more
Yeah.
that we have money for anyway.
And then we'll bring back the policy for the police. Next table.
And mowing, hopefully we'll have something.
But knowing bids are, the bid is posted, we're seeking one estimates for the ditches.
Are you bringing that to anybody's attention or just,
Tom and I talked about that before the meeting here, so we'll make sure.
okay,
Some of
because
the people in
David
the area.
Schultz, he approached me a week or two ago. He retired from the town of Oakland, and he might be interested, so I don't know if we need to send him something. I did mention to him, and I also
It's on
showed.
the website.
It's on the website.
Yeah, and I showed him, what you had sent me.
He's got his own equipment and stuff.
Yes.
Well, if they follow what is posted, then we'll
Okay,
have something to
I'll
look at.
check with him to make sure he's.
Yeah, if
down.
they can get it in, if we can get that resolved at next meeting, that'd be great.
I wanna, I don't know if it's an agenda item, but the maintenance bond on Hope Lake Road by the gravel, from the gravel pit. They have to provide us a bond every year. Do you get one?
I do, yes.
do?
Yeah, I
Okay.
receive it.
And then there was, our engineer was videotaping that road every spring, right? That was in the agreement.
I don't know.
I think we need to talk about that agreement next meeting.
Good.
Look it up and discuss it, because I'm sure it's not being done. Whatever.
For the Hope Lake Road agreement?
Yep, with the gravel pit.
Okay.
Because they should be paying for any damage that you could attribute to their
Sure.
trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
On that section. That's all I got.
And the April meeting is going to be on April 9th too. We're not piggybacking it with the annual meeting because otherwise
Right.
it's just too long.
Too long, yep.
Well, do you think we'll have more from the North End Pier information by then?
I'm hoping it's gonna be, should be resolved by then, hopefully.
Okay.
And everything should be in order. It's just gonna be dependent on how far he was on engineering. Yeah, hopefully we're gonna have that one pretty much taken care of, so he's ready to go. Get anything submitted.
Okay.
Trying to think if there was anything else. Don't think of anything else off the top of my head. Meeting scheduled, March 14th, 2024, Town Hall Facilities, meeting presentation 6 PM at the Town Hall. April 2nd, 2024, spring election,
That's all day.
all day. Yeah, it's all day. April 3rd till 8 o'clock PM. April 3rd, 2024, Plan Commission meeting, 7 PM, Town Hall. April 4th, 2024, Parks Committee meeting, 7 PM at the Town Hall. And April 9th, Town Board meeting, 7 PM, Town Hall. April 11th, 2024, Joint Rock Lake Committee meeting, 6 PM, City Hall. And April 16th, 2024, Annual Electors meeting, 7 PM, City Hall.
And the Plan Commission meeting date is correct? You guys bumped it back one day?
Yes,
Okay.
it's April 3rd.
Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned at 3 PM.